Sagittarius, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to do your solar return reading to see what's coming up for you in the year ahead. If you're not a sun sign Sagittarius, this reading could still resonate with you. Just use your discernment and your intuition to decide. So to the sun sign Sagittarians, happy birthday. I hope it's a good one. I hope you're celebrating your birthday month or your birthday month. Let's make it a month-long celebration. Why not? Okay, so I pulled out some oracle cards to see what's going on with you, and I'm getting a lot of information here. So we will pull out the tarot, but I'm an intuitive reader, so I work with the energy and I use the cards to help me translate what I'm feeling, what I'm sensing, what's coming to me in the moment. So I'm going to talk about these oracle cards, but first I wanted to say that there's something big happening this year. It feels like a shift, like a monumental shift. And for many of you, it could be in career or some kind of life path that you're on. Maybe it's a spiritual life path or a living situation. For many of you, it's some kind of way of being, like behavior you've had, or a repetitious thought or perspective about the world, or it's like something shifts here and you have this ultimate awareness of what you want to do now or where you're going. So I'm getting the Emperor and the Universe card. You're taking full control here of your destiny, but it doesn't feel like it comes based on some kind of long-term plan you have. It feels more like a eureka or aha moment, an epiphany that happens because there's some kind of change. And this change has something to do with letting go of something that's been dragging on for some time, or some old energy, or some past path, past career, you've been, whatever it is. It's like it's been kind of following you around for some time here. And you are making a decision to turn your back on that, or to only take what you feel is necessary and useful for you from that old path and bring it on your new path. I also feel like you get this eureka moment here where you realize how you could use past energy to help create the new path that you want to walk on. This year is really about you, Sag. Spirit is asking you to make decisions that are in alignment with who you are on a soul level, but also your personality. Okay, this feels very much to me about picking a path, picking a career, picking like a daily routine, or doing something that just feels right to you. Not because it's the right thing to do, or it's the best way of doing something, or it's the most efficient, or I'm hearing biohacking something. It's not about finding tricks and tips in order to optimize your own sensibility, sense of self as well. Interesting. This is more about finding what aligns with your highest self, the part of you that feels empowered to just be who you are as you are. So perhaps some of you have been putting pressure on yourself to do things in a way that has had proven success, or is the right career path, or you're this age now, you should be doing this. I feel like you're getting rid of those kinds of ideological restrictions to your soul's essence, and you are deciding that you are going to come to a place that is beneficial for your own personal spiritual growth above all else. Whoa. I'm just noticing, I feel like I just got hit by something there. I'm like, pff. Yeah, and maybe that's what's going to happen to you. It's like you just get hit by this energy, like, whoa, what am I doing here? This isn't what's good for me. See how this guy's holding this crystal ball too. It's like the universe is in your hand. The world is in your hand. And it's like you get this ultimate awareness that you can make a massive change, and that you should change something. Something does need to be let go of for real. Okay? Yeah, you can't, maybe I'm hearing toe the line. Maybe you're towing the line with something. I don't know what that's about, Sag. So let's get into the tarot and see what's coming up for you. I was also getting a message that there's an opportunity for you this year to tell your life story. And it feels like this is very important for you to do. It's part of the shift. It's part of the change. Perhaps this eureka epiphany moment about your new direction and what you need to get rid of comes through telling your story. So this could be maybe you're having an interview, you're writing a book, or you're having a coffee with a friend, or whatever. It could be in any context. It could be professional or personal, but it's like you have an opportunity to really tell your life story. And there's something about the act of like actually speaking it that's significant, or writing it rather than just reflecting on your life story. Because as you say something or put it in writing, it becomes a thing of the past, I'm hearing. You've been carrying around something for a long time here, Sagittarius. A certain belief that has guided the way that you do things. And I feel like this belief might not be immediately obvious to you. It's almost like it's a subconscious belief. Something that's just below the surface, though. It's coming up. It's not buried deep down. It feels like it's right there. And it's like the Emperor is going to get his scuba diving gear on and take the plunge and find out what's in that subconscious mind of yours that needs to be brought up to the surface. This comes through the act of telling your life story. What is your life story, Sag? If you had chapters to describe your life story, what would those chapters be? What would you call them? It's kind of a fun activity to do. And what chapters do you want to come next? Yeah, it's almost like organizing your life in a sense. Like as you divvy up your life story into these chapters, it's like as a writer's process, it's like you understand what needs to be edited out and what makes sense, what can stay in the chapter, what's valuable and what's not valuable. These are metaphors, but very powerful. Okay, year ahead. The sun. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful year ahead. This is pivotal. This is a big moment. It says power and Genesis. You're taking control of your own life force. You're not letting anything cramp your style. And I'm seeing the tower here in my mind's eye, and it's like some like oppressive force. It could be a relationship, could be a work thing. I don't know. But it's like, nah, man, I can't do it that way anymore. This isn't for me. The King of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the cards out. Amazing. Yeah, right in the middle of your spread, you have death. Massive transformation. It could be 6 months down the line that this happens. We have the King of Coins at the bottom. Some of you are going to get like some Wheel of Fortune I'm cutting on. Some kind of opportunity here to change your life, like in a big way. And yeah. It takes you out of this lack mindset or a concern or making things more complicated than they need to be. The sun for the card to represent your year as a whole. Good energy here. Such good energy. And I mean vitality too. There's like feeling better overall. 7 of Cups with the 7 of Coins. See, I feel like it's like you come to this realization here like, hey, I'm kind of in this place in the 7s over here where I have all these paths available to me, all these choices, all these opportunities. And I'm kind of sitting on my opportunities. I'm not really taking anything here. It's like you got to take the bull by the horns, but it has to be the right bull. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus or you're going to have lots of Taurus. I don't know. But it's like you have to choose the right path. And you create these paths. Yeah, you realize you create these paths. It comes from your hard work and dedication. This isn't some magical door that opens, just falls on your lap like fairy dust. Does fairy dust fall on your lap? This is something that you create by deciding that you want change, that you're open to freedom. I feel like you're wrestling with something here, and it's like all of a sudden you realize, like, I don't need to be doing that. I'm going to just drop that. Maybe you take a different perspective, or take a step back and see the larger picture. I'm hearing needlework. Needle nose. Isn't that a kind of dolphin? Needle nose dolphin? Something about the subconscious in the ocean is coming up too. It's like diving into the water. Okay. King of Cups, an important lesson for you coming up this year. This is to come into full alignment with what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel inspired, what makes you feel emotionally attuned and connected to the work you do, to where you're living, to what's surrounding you, to the people that you're involved with. This is like, I'm going to be making decisions that are bringing me peace and not further complications in my life. You could have been on a path that had many promises, but there's something about that path that is just zapping you, okay? It's not really panning out because there's a better one. Some of you are going to be put in some kind of decision-making process, or there's a choice point ahead, maybe at the 6-month mark here, where you're going to have to make a tough decision to do what's best for you versus what's better for someone else. Okay, and you could be typically, I feel like I'm connecting to somebody who typically makes decisions for the highest good of all, but sometimes you forget yourself in that equation. You maybe have Libra in your chart, but you try to be fair to everyone involved, and you don't prioritize your own best course of action. But this year you will be, or that's the lesson. Some of you are going to take some kind of creative direction. Death, for how can you progress on your spiritual path? This is transformation. It says mutate and regenerate on the card. Something needs to be revitalized. It needs to transform. It needs to shift. It needs to change. And something else needs to come to an end in the process. Ace of Wands, success and rule with the Four of Wands. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone with something. This might require you to mentally detach from an old storyline or what you thought something could be. Don't let your future stagnate because you're stuck on, I'm seeing like ripped pages in a book. It's like, what was the part of the story that it's like you're trying to figure out something that, what am I seeing here? Three of Cups, realization. That old path belongs to someone else. It's like someone ripped out the pages of some story that you were writing, metaphorically, right? Like wherever, your career, your path, your relationship, I don't know. But you were headed in a direction there. And somebody ripped out, I'm hearing 3 pages from your story. And you're stuck there trying to figure out what was written on those 3 pages, what comes next. Yeah, but Spirit just wants you to move on from that, skip over that. Go to the next chapter. Forget those 3 pages of the last chapter. This is interesting. Anything else about that? 3 of Cups again. The Devil. Yeah, it's like you're dedicated to resolving something or solving something. And Spirit wants you to move on. There's opportunity for change. 4 of Cups. Remember that person or that situation ripped out those pages to keep you from finishing the chapter, from finishing your story there with that thing. You don't need those 3 last pages for you to turn to the next chapter, okay? That seems like a big message for someone. 4 of Coins for how you can stay connected to your inner truth. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more. We had get out of your comfort zone. 4 of Swords. We have 3 4s here, so 4 could be important. Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the 2 of Coins in reverse. 1 second. How can you stay connected to your inner truth? There's something you're juggling here. 2 paths. 2 chapters. You're like in between something. I don't really want to let that thing go, or I'm not really ready. Something like that is happening in the energy. I feel like for a lot of you, this might have to do with work, but it could be about anything. And Spirit wants you to really take inspired action into a new opportunity, and it has something to do with creativity and love and emotion and spiritual alignment over and above material wealth and success. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to get those things. You will, but the decision has to come from the heart, not from lining your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, Sag, you don't make decisions that way. So I feel like you could be pressured by someone to make a decision that sounds like a good one, sounds like the right thing, but you know in your heart there's something else here that you should be doing. I heard save your money. So maybe someone's asking you to put a lot of money into something or loan them something. Now, Sag, how we're ending this, new opportunities that await you this year, is the Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. Of course, to state the obvious, this could be a big connection coming in for you, a love connection, a work partnership. It could also be an integration of your divine masculine and feminine aspects. But I feel like here, this year, you decide something for yourself. You decide to change something for yourself because you have every right to live the life that you want to live. And that gets you to this place here of abundance and creativity. You take like this really confident, determined action, like it's kind of emperor like this, right? Like, no, I'm going to do it this way. And then you end up at the end of the year transforming that into feminine energy of like, I'm here. Let's see what we can do now that I'm here and I'm on my path and I feel safe and secure in all my decisions. Let's start to create what I want to create. So at the beginning of the year, we have this real push, like coming from within the depths of your soul to really live up to your potential as you define it, not as anybody else defines it. Maybe you want to just, anyways, doesn't matter. What you want to do is what you want to do. And you're gonna find some kind of strength and courage to really put your foot down with yourself or with others, and to stop weighing all these possibilities and opportunities and feeling like you're stuck at a crossroads, and just move forward and let some old shit go. You're gonna find some real big strength here. It's a change that you've been waiting for, and I feel like it's a change that you need. Okay, I want to end this reading with an oracle card just to close this out. I hope this reading helped. Your life story. Ultimate awareness. I feel like that's the key word for you this year, is ultimate awareness. We have Joyful Muse, inspiration, number 33. Yeah, it's something to do with creation and creativity, for sure. Inspired action. The gift of play, inner child. The Joyful Muse invites you to be more playful, to have more mirth and joy in your life. You have become boring to yourself, even to others, and who continue to find you interesting. Oh, no, sorry, let me say that again. You have become boring to yourself, even as others continue to find you interesting. Maybe that's your fear. You feel like others are finding you boring or something so repetitive, but they're still interested in you. It's you who's bored with yourself. Maybe that's the epiphany moment too. It's like, I'm the one who's dissatisfied, not anybody else, with what I'm doing. Circumstances have dulled your edge, and it's time to change. Not the things around you, but your attitude. Blow a morning kiss to yourself in the mirror, smile to a stranger, wink to a child, be mildly but elegantly inappropriate. The Joyful Muse is a source of inspiration, a wild and disruptive feminine force that compels you to invite more pleasure and delight into your life. Give yourself permission to be mischievous and find the humor in the tragedy while careful not to become frivolous. The power of this muse will shake up everyone around you and invite you to create beauty and grace out of pain and tragedy you perceive in areas of your life. The Joyful Muse often comes at a time when darkness prevails and the future seems sour. Embrace her gifts, being playful without being silly. Invite the child inside you to come out for a play date, and he or she will help you to return to your innate innocence, the place of never been there, never done that, even if it is the same routine you wake up to every morning. So a new, fresh eyes, the sun, it's beautiful, childlike wonder, childlike creativity, freedom. I love this for you, Sag. I hope you have a beautiful year, and I'll see you next time.